Scorpios. Hello, Scorps. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. My name is Steph. If you're due, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. We are going to drop some ink and made in your name and essence. And we are going to scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. As well, Scorps will add on some tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm layout. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have Ghost Tube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. Overall, please do receive a release freely. I want to thank you for your time, attention, and awareness, as your presence and perspective is powerful. Gratitude. Let's go. All right. Who wrote the Book of Bloods? Scorpios. If you're new here, just a reminder that we are creating a portal to perceive and less worrying about making a masterpiece. As well, always feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel, as your reflections do expand the iScry experience. I hope you guys are doing well.
It's coming.
Scorpios. Oh, I just heard like scorpionic. Scorpionic. I like it. I like it. I'm sure there's other things to say, but all the links are below to help it outgrow. All the yada-yada-yadas. I can't seem to remember, so that's okay. You can always fast forward through if this bores you. Scorps. Got some
46.
creative connections that feel very ancient of sorts. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's exactly how I feel. Thank you.
Film.
Yeah, we are filming. All right, Scorps, we're just about ready. If you are opening up with me, you can start taking some nice deep breaths, closing the eyes. When you're ready. Closing the eyes.
Over here.
Cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of the Scorpio Collective, thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. All right, Scorps, here is your ink blot. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you're more than welcome to scry in your own time, personal use only. All right. Oh, you guys got some cleaning muscles, cleaning house, big old biceps. Can I just like shove a bum chum? There we go. Share the wealth of the tableau. Yeah, some big muscles here. There's also a bear. I feel like when I'm in this bear, I was just doing my thing, and like this witch or this wizard, something with a feather in their cap. Maybe a writer. But I feel like it's like, well, look at that. It's just like tucked in right now. But this feather kind of leads.
Humiliate.
I don't know if you, oh, okay. Scorpios, do you sometimes feel like a specimen? Or do you look at specimens almost like in this, like I'm seeing this bear. If I can plot myself here in this energy that's kind of poking around, but I'm staring at this bear, and this bear is just gently looking up at me. Like, what? I was just doing my thing with my honey pots or whatever the case is. And I feel like this energy is looking at me like I'm some sort of specimen. I don't know if humiliate is a word, but maybe that's something that you've been through. Do you know what it makes me feel like, Scorps? Is if you stare at something or someone long enough, I feel like you're very, very loud. I don't mean to take you down a notch in an insulting way, but just in general. If you stare at someone or something long enough, I feel like it gets uncomfortable really, really fast. There's an orange fire swan. Orange fire swan There's also some sort of reptile, but it's gold. Like, yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's a squirrel in here. What is this happening over here? Oh, do you know what it makes me feel like, Scorps? Give me a moment. Montauk, the Montauk project? Specimen. Where is that? Where was that? Theory, truth, lore, not entirely sure, not my concern in this moment. It's stepping forward, symbolically speaking. I think it has something to do with the specimens. I think Scorpios are very much so in a dissecting place. I also got a note, if there are any rats in Scorpio's arena, I don't think you're saying anything.
Stupid.
Rude. Don't think you're saying anything, but you know they're there. Whatever rats might mean to you or represent to you in your life, people, places, or things, mindsets within oneself, not looking outside to blame anyone. If they're there, I've created conditions for them. I feel like I'm having a conversation in relation to that. I feel as though I'm like, why did I allow that in my life? Or what is it that I'm doing that someone or something seems to be able to feed off of, but I'm the one providing the feed. So how am I doing that? I feel very cleansing and clearing of this. Yeah, I'm taking a good hard look. So I kind of get the impression that if there could be someone or something introspectively first, accountability and responsibility, that any external energy that may be residing anywhere, likable or not, is to my permission or acceptance, even if it was secret, because they're exposing something. They are exposing where I might have had a leak or a leech, and now I'm really grateful, but that doesn't mean they get to stay. I want to thank them for their job. And now it's time for that energy, etc., to move on. What is this? I will come back to you, but there's something going on down here. There's a Swiss Army dragon that's talking to a squirrel. The Swiss Army knife kind of a dragon energy. It is more magenta pink than it is red, anger, passion. This is a kindness. I feel like I'm using different tools to protect myself. Something about music. I'm going to be sticking that in my face all day. I'll just get the right tool to contemplate. I'm also seeing divining rods.
Innocent.
Where's this music taking me? The music makes me go faster. I feel like if I was... So here's this is exactly how it makes me feel. So of course, receive or release freely. Have you ever watched the movie Hackers? They have this soundtrack that is fast. So much Prodigy. Love it. Prodigy is my jam. Anyway, you can listen to Prodigy, or not Prodigy, sorry, but maybe Prodigy has something going on here because that keeps popping in. The soundtrack to Hackers, if I needed to do something fast, quickly, or generate a lot of energy, I would use, sorry, my nose has been so itchy the last few days scrying, that soundtrack to get me going, because they're on rollerblades throughout the movie, so they're just moving at this different pace.
Douglas.
Maybe also Hackers is, if you've ever seen the movie, or technology, because I feel like you're getting rid of punks, but you can understand it's not anything against the style or anything like that. This is, I kind of feel like you're punk, punk rocker, punk star, but you don't put up with punks. Do you know what I mean? Like punk energy. Like that just feels mature. It feels mature, but I can still have fun. And you do still have fun. Sorry, this Prodigy, and I'm going to write that down. Prodigy and Specimen, Montauk. Is it Project or Island? Project. Makes you move fast anyway. Hacker soundtrack, fast. Ostrich legs. And there's a big old camel. I don't know why I had to say old, but big old camel. There's something about your root chakra very specifically that's taking off, and I feel like that's in the rollerblades.
Psychic.
Whatever your medicine wheel, the rotation of your what you generate, right? Generationally, what you generate, your root space. It's like going from walking to rollerblading in a very, very skilled way, or skateboarding, whatever the case is. You also have this, they have like as a turban, or what is that? I see all three of you. We three kings of Orient are. There's three of them, but one stands out in orange. This one has a star with them, and this one is looking forward.
Where?
And they have something to do with this camel. So now I'm in like that story. Whatever that might mean to you, if it means anything to you. 3 gifts being bestowed. I'm in the manger. The camel, imagine if it was hybridized with rooster. Just a rooster head. Okay. It can make a lot of noise. Your ability in your root space. Why do I keep picking this up? With that Roadrunner racing rollerblading is working with that dragon Swiss Army knife. Like the blades move fast. I think there's been some experiments going on. Maybe you've been experimenting with existence, people, places, or things. And maybe this is what kind of makes you a prodigy in your own area, in your own, maybe even personality, your perspective. But you've been through some specimens of self. In coordinating the soul's expression
Shopkeeper.
of choice right now. All right, let's start adding on some tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm configuration. Thank you, Scorps. You are my moon sign, so you're my Scorpio sisters and brothers. Well, let's do this. Look at this, like, mad scientist. And isn't there a movie called The Island? Because I keep going through the Montauk Project, which I now know is like the project. But maybe it's on an island or something like that. Or maybe that's just in my imagination. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing. But I'm seeing the movie The Island. I don't even know what that means. Scorpios. Okay. I'm going to head over soon to the extended if you're going to join us, and now to the flip side, other side. The links will be below, Vimeo or membership, but you don't have to. No pressure, but just letting you know. I love you. Okay, let's keep going. Cave of Ice for Scorpio. Okay. We have here Chaos with the Harpy. Oh, is that like that bird being there? The feather in the cap.
Don't.
Look at this coming out. There's something coming out of this big being. They have like really long arms, short legs. something's being born. I don't know what it is that you're doing. If it's
Died.
genius, maybe you're getting a new guide. Oh, you died. I heard guide, sorry. A part of you. But allowing that passing to be the spark, the creative spark. Scorpios, you're quite the specimen. You're just quite the specimen. And maybe this is why it feels Montauk-y. I don't know why I feel qualified to say that so many times, but here I am. Because there's almost as if like people look at you. Like, what is this? Who are you? Maybe this is parts of your personality. If you have serious side, your silly side, your corporate side, your creative side, all the sides, they are all authentic, but somehow maybe the way you put them together or a certain company you keep, they can, like the Swiss Army knife, they can move and shift a lot quicker, more smoother for them, and then other people never get to see that. It's like mixing your work friends with your home friends, and you're like, no, that doesn't happen. And then maybe there's this small part where there's like one person from home friends, one person from family, and one person from work world, and just like this small knit of you, this like VIP community, like you would pull team members for a specialized team for a project, and you would pull and pick those people based on not what pool they're in, but from those pools to make a smaller intimate team about something, for something. There's an element of I gotta relax my shoulders. Taking control of chaos. Not stifling chaos.
Coming to get me.
Contributing to the elegance of chaos. Yes. And I'm seeing like, who, me? Yes, you. And I feel like you're stepping forward to somebody saying like, hey, do you want to come for dinner with like me and a close friends? We, you and I always talk about this after work, and there's a few of us that also do this. They don't know anyone else, and they don't know anyone else. You're the common denominator, but that it almost is like that's just simply the generating force of bringing this together, bringing these people together to converse for a special project.
I come and go.
So it's like when you ask them, they're like, me? You want me to come? It's like, yeah, I want you. I want you to come. I want you to arrive if you're available. I feel like there's 3 and then you to make 4. Okay. The card that came out to support in the Cave of Ice is Blessing. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. People come. It's like, I know there's only 2 of them here, but they're each bringing their own gift to you. This also might be spirit. Spirit guides, talked about earlier. Yes, spirit guides. And then parts of you that have died.
Leave me alone.
And I want to take a moment to acknowledge that feeling and our people in your lives. Those muscles just came back. Somebody like just went, but we come back and transform in your life bigger and better than ever. Take up more space. I feel like there's a little part of me here that likes to stay smaller. Okay, I just heard very specifically the word cohabitation. So those parts, the big and small, the light and dark, the this and that, the whatevers, they cohabitate harmoniously.
I need to go.
Cave of Winds, you're welcome to go, love. There's a door over to my right. You'll zip on up. Lemire, loneliness. It's 3 people plus 1. Spirits or spirit guide. Spirits, afterlife, however you may interact, astral, atmospheric, alien, to all that is, of course. But I got a note for one rabbit hole of a moment. You have 3 very prominent guides working with you. And I think this is what they, like the specialized project, maybe they were picked as well. Maybe they were picked to support you.
Fight.
Okay, don't be ridiculous. There's way too many cards, but I'm going to take them because they just like slid out. In the Cave of Hearthfires is reciprocity. If any of the artistry is standing out to you, you know the drill. Please, I follow the art first. Look at all those keys. I don't know if these keys were noticed because I didn't look up. Medusa and Justice in the Cave of Cave of Rivers. And Change Werewolf in the Cave of Earth. Thank you. See, this is like changing forms, like the Montauk project, and these creatures just come out and they're like, rah, scary looking, or they're, I don't know that they're actually scary. I think they're scared. Yeah, Nostra just kind of looking at me like, you know, like the beak. It's like, I don't know. You have lots of ideas, Scorpio, lots of ideas. I think they're also, you've been doing a lot of work within. Stretching like a cat, like in yoga, cat, cow, upward dog,
Purgatory.
Okay, upward facing dog, down dog, up dog, down dog, up dog, down dog, up dog, down dog. It's like a pendulum. And it's bringing me into very specifically the 5 Tibetan rites. Change. The 5 Tibetan rites. When I'm looking at this Medusa with all the snakes in her hair, I'm seeing those as like sacral snakes. Like your root and your crown, but the crown is where the change is happening. Your ferociousness is a very specific kind of frequency that can...
I'm trying.
Me too. You know when you just meet somebody who thinks differently or they say things a little differently? I don't even know what that means, but they just got a different vibe. It's not like, oh, I don't like them or... I think you help other people transform. It's like the time together in this project, in this special project, this prodigy project, even though it might be a little strange. And again, in the Montauk project of any sort of harm to animal, I'm not saying that, no, I'm just speaking symbolically with energies, but I just wanted to acknowledge that and send peace and love, blessings to any animals that were hurt in such a thing. I think that in this prodigy project, coming together helps you all transform. It's like, you know how there's a full moon and that's when all the werewolves change.
Greetings.
Greetings, hello. That's kind of what happens whenever you guys get together. That's going to start to happen, and it's going to be a series of transformations. So it doesn't have to be a full moon or anything like that, but maybe it's part of your moon cycles or whatever the case is. But when these 3 plus you 4 get together, transformation can take place. It's like taking the 4 directions or the elements, and the center space being spirit, the spirit of the change, the transformation. And there's a certain kind of fiercity that's required for that. And to share any sort of fears, like with the Swiss Army knife dragon energy, and like this soothing squirrel friend that's very, very friendly is saying, it's okay, I'm here. I'm here for you. I will keep an eye out while you are focusing, thinking, drawing, whatever this is. And everyone can share, but yet be growing in their own way. I hope this makes sense. Okay. All right. Before we get ready to head on over to the flip side, I'm going to add a shaman card as our bridge. Because whatever I think it is that you've been looking for, with this light ahead and the heart space, but you have all this like sacral no, sorry, solar plexus shine. There's been like images to create shapes within the shadows of said shine, and but it's your ideas. Your ideas are worth checking into, conversing about in this specialized project way. Doesn't mean all of them are going to be used. It doesn't mean they're not going to change and transform and shed skins through conversations. It's not necessarily compromise. It's co-creation with consciousness. But these very specific people, spirit guides of consciousness. I have here Dancer of Beginnings coming through,
Medicine.
which is amazing. And then what also came out with it is Dancer of Lies, because this is what is being out. And if it's bringing me right back to hackers, I can't remember the point of hackers. It's been so long. Like, I have it on VHS. That tells you. That tells you. Because there's like the main bad guy. But again, I don't want to get stuck in that story. But I can acknowledge it for the value of it. There are other people that may get wind of this. I don't want to say don't listen to them, but I think you're going to have to, kind of like shine your light and be like, you're going to have to say no to people. You're going to have to say no to people because they're going to start seeing changes. And this whole group of you is walking away from certain maybe lies we've told ourselves, certain lies that maybe, that are truths to other people, but not truths to oneself, or have blatantly been lied to. I come back into that strength, those muscles. It's like looking at muscle definition as well as
Homeless.
size, as well as strength capacity. Like, I feel like there's a few different ways to measure muscle. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to head on over to the other side. If you're joining us, links below in the description box. If not, that's okay, Scorpios. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. I will see you again soon. So much love.